Greetings and salutations. We're back to talk about the Back to the Future franchise. Back to the Future franchise. In this case, we're looking at Back to the Future 2. So, yeah, like say, I honestly still love the Back to the Future films. I think this is the film that I probably watched the most. You know, like, you know, whenever it was on TV, I probably watched this one more. But what actually happened in this film? Well, what happened was, in a way, after, like, you know, Marty and Doc, and Jennifer, basically they ended up going from the future to 2015 to, help Marty's son to stop him from, you know, causing a future that they don't want to happen. In this case, Marty Jr. going to jail because of Biff's grandson. And then Biff basically he finds that Marty had gotten a sports almanac, sends it to himself in the past, causing the timeline to change.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Biff Tannen Museum, dedicated to Hill Valley's #1 citizen and America's greatest living folk hero, the one and only Biff Tannen. Of course, we've all heard the legend, but who is the man? Inside, you will learn how Biff Tannen became one of the richest and most powerful men in America.
And yeah, I still, like, looking back at this, I still think this film is honestly pretty great in the fact it, you know, like, the way it decides to do things. Yes, I kind of, like, say the feature sequences of the film are pretty good. Whether it is the, like, here's the thing, like, say, in this film, Michael J. Fox plays 3 different versions of himself. He plays older version of himself, he plays, Marty McFly Jr., and he also plays his daughter, Marlene.
Why isn't she home yet?
I'm not sure where Jennifer is, Mom. Should have been home hours ago, but I'm having a hard time keeping track of these days.
Fruit,
She's one of those moods I have.
Thank you. Aren't you and Jennifer getting along?
Oh, yeah, great, Mom. We're like a couple of teenagers, you know? Dad, telephone, it's needles.
Dad, it's for you.
And, like, when you watch this film, you can't even tell it's him. I mean, makes me think, like, say, dang, yeah, I feel like I can do my makeup that well, too. And, like, one of the things that makes this film, you know, really, like, you know, like, say, oh, it seems like they really thought of, like, everything when it came to the future, like, how this is gonna go. Whether it is, like, you know, like, say, hey, what if we made Biff, what if we modeled him off Donald Trump and had, you know, have him have a successful casino?
Discover how, in 1979, Biff successfully lobbied to legalize gambling and turned Hill Valley's dilapidated courthouse into a beautiful casino hotel.
I just want to say one thing. God bless America.
And all that. Because, this film has a bit of, like, say, I'm not gonna jump around it, like, say, yeah, in the future, like, in the alternate 1985, Biff looks like Donald Trump. And I do have to say, there are some moments where I feel like, say, growing up, I probably didn't really, like, I mean, I feel like, say, yeah, this is a great adventure film. Like, you know, say, hey, Biff's a bad dude, and all that. I probably didn't know as a young kid how, like, abusive Biff was.
Don't you dare speak that way about George. You're not even half the man he was.
You son of a bitch!
Always the little hothead, huh? You want to take a poke at me?
Like, you know. Like he said, yeah, we didn't realize he was a jerk as a teenager in 1955, but I bet we didn't all realize, no, hey, he's an abusive man. And there are some moments, like, say, that will kind of, in a way, like, make you cry, or I feel like, you know, make you get kind of emotional, whether it is when Marty is going to finds out his father has passed away in that alternate future at the cemetery.
No, this can't be happening. March 15th, 1973. No! Oh, please, God, no! No, please, God, no, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. This can't be.
I'm afraid it is happening, Marty.
I gotta say that, as, like, you know, later in the film, like, say, when we have, like, you know, Marty going back to the past to try to get the book back from Biff, we have some great moments, like, say, whether it is Strickland just basically just yelling at Biff, like, say, like, calling him a slacker and all that. There are, or whether it is the moment when, like, you know, Doc and Doc interact with each other. There's a lot of moments that are just memorable of this film. I'd have to say that the film does use, like, say, what's wrong, dude, you chicken kind of thing, a little bit too much. Because, yes, we get it. Marty does not like being called names.
You chicken? That's it, isn't it? Nothing but a little chicken. Nobody calls me chicken.
Anyway. And I do think they say say, this is just my perspective, but I think a moment where, like, I kind of, like have a, kind of dramatic moment, is when Doc basically gets sent into the future, and from the lightning bolt as well. Like, as you, like, say, oh no. But we, like, suddenly we'll, like, say, he's okay.
It's from the Doc! Dear Marty, if my calculations are correct, you will receive this letter immediately after you saw the DeLorean struck by lightning. First, let me assure you that I'm alive and well. I've been living happily these past 8 months in the year 1885. The lightning bolt... 1885! September 1885!
Wait!
And that moment when Marty's just, like, you know, like, he's excited, the Doc's alive and all that. That is a great moment, because it gets you excited for it. It's like saying, like, go, Marty, go, in a way. And, like, one moment of the film where I feel like at the end of the film, basically it's revealed a third film. This was back in a time when, like, you know, we didn't have, like, say, post-credit sequences, because basically it was a, you know, a trailer for the film. Oh, and one thing that the film did have some controversy in the fact that Crispin Glover did not return to the film, and the fact that he probably say, basically, he was asked to come back. He decides to say, hey, what you're offering me is too low. And then what basically he's probably say, well, and he also thought, like, I don't, like, you know, the financial aspects of the film, he didn't really agree with it. So basically they brought in actor Jeffrey Weissman, and they put him in prosthetics. They say, hey, this is George. He didn't like that. He sued them. And now, in a way, there are now clauses in actors' the Screen Actors Guild basically said, like, say, hey, you cannot, like, if an actor says, hey, I don't want to be, like, if I'm not really sure about being in a film, you cannot use their, their face and all that stuff with, or in a way, without their permission, in a way. But, honestly, like, say, good film. I still like this film. Still gives me the nostalgia. See you later.